Hello, welcome back to Carrie's Corner, where we are continuing with The Pushcart War by Jean Merrill, illustrated by Ronnie Silbert. And we got Frog still here, eager to find out what happens next. Chapter 12, The Raid on Maxi Hammermans. There's everybody trying to get into Maxi Hammerman's factory. Maxi Hammerman had no warning that the P-TAC squad was going to raid his shop. The squad, of course, found the shooters and all the ammunition that Maxi had stored in his cellar. The squad confiscated some 500 pea shooters and half a ton of P-TACs, and they arrested Maxi Hammerman. They could not arrest anyone else, as they had no proof of anyone else being connected with the P-TACs, except for Wenda Gambling, and she was in Africa for a week's vacation. At the word of Maxi's arrest, alarm spread among the pushcart peddlers. 50 or 60 of them met after dark in a vacant lot under Manhattan Bridge to discuss the situation. They all expected to be arrested momentarily. "What is there to discuss?" asked Papa Peretz. "It was a good war while it lasted, but now it's only a matter of time." General Anna, however, refused to panic. "What kind of talk am I hearing?" she demanded. "There is a little capture of some pea shooters, and suddenly everybody is surrendering? This is an army? I should be general of such an army." "It's just that things do not look so good," said Morris the florist. "Good?" said General Anna scornfully. "Did you think a war was going to be like a picnic in the country? A nice time for everybody?" "For weeks," General Anna pointed out, "we have been pushing back the trucks. Victory after victory. So now we have one little setback." "Little," said Mr. Jerusalem. "A 500 pea shooter raid is little?" "Let them have the pea shooters," said General Anna. "At the moment, we are not using them." "But they have Maxi, too," Morris the florist reminded General Anna. "They also have Frank the Flower," said General Anna. "And Frank the Flower, just sitting in jail, is giving the trucks a great deal of trouble. A good man is a good man wherever he is sitting. And you can be sure that Maxi Hammerman is not sitting at police headquarters waiting to hear that we have surrendered." "But what can we do?" asked Papa Peretz. "In the first place, don't surrender," said General Anna. "In the second place, I will think of something." General Anna paced up and down under the bridge for 5 or 10 minutes, thinking to herself. While General Anna was thinking, the confidence of the other peddlers began to return. And here's a picture of them all. I think that's going to jail when he was arrested. Okay, Eddie Maroney and Carlos gathered up some scrap lumber and built a bonfire. Harry the hot dog pushed his cart alongside the fire and broke open several packages of hots to be toasted over the fire. Carlos began to sing a song in Spanish that he said his son had made up. It was called "The Boy Who Killed 1,000 Trucks." There were 36 verses, all in Spanish, and everyone joined in on the chorus, which went, "Bravo, bravo, bravo." "Bravo," said General Anna as she joined the others around the campfire. "Have you thought of something?" asked Papa Peretz. "I'm going to communicate with Maxi Hammerman," said General Anna. "How?" asked Mr. Jerusalem. "I will send him a message in an apple," said General Anna. "Lend me your knife, Eddie Maroney." General Anna selected a large apple from her cart, and with Eddie's knife she carefully cut the core out of the apple. Then she wrote a short message on a piece of paper and stuffed the paper in the apple. She cut a half-inch off the core and pushed the core back into place. "Like a cork in the bottle," said Papa Peretz. "But how will the apple get to Maxi?" "I will give it to the police commissioner to deliver," said General Anna. "Is there a law an old lady shouldn't send an apple to a friend who has the misfortune to be in jail?" "What is the message to Maxi about?" asked Eddie Maroney. That's where they met, underneath the bridge. That's a big picture. "Strategy," said General Anna firmly, and she took the apple down to police headquarters herself. The police commissioner was used to people sending messages to prisoners. He told General Anna that he would deliver the apple, but before he delivered it, he inspected it very carefully. When the police commissioner discovered that the core of the apple was loose, he pulled it out and read the message. However, he could not see that it would do any harm to deliver it. "Remove the message before you eat the apple," the police commissioner advised when he gave the apple to Maxi. Maxi Hammerman smiled when he found the message in the apple. The message read, "Good luck. How is the blister on your thumb? Your friend Anna." Maxi wrote back, "Thanks. The blister is okay. Give my regards to everybody. Your friend Maxi Hammerman." The police commissioner read the reply and said that he would see that it got to Maxi's friend Anna. "What does Maxi say?" asked Papa Peretz when General Anna received the reply. "He sends regards," said General Anna. "Is that all?" said Morris the florist. "The rest is strategy," said General Anna, which was encouraging to everyone. Meantime, Frank the Flower had his own strategy. As soon as he heard from the guards in the jail about the raid on Maxi's shop, he sent a message to the police commissioner. He informed the commissioner that all the ammunition that the P-TAC squad had confiscated belonged to him, and that his friend Maxi Hammerman had been letting him keep it in his cellar as a favor. As soon as the police commissioner got Frank's message, he came down to Frank's jail cell to talk to Frank personally. Frank explained that he'd been a good customer of Maxi's for many years. "I bought 3 pushcarts from Maxi Hammerman," said Frank the Flower, "and he makes all my repairs." The police commissioner was inclined to believe Frank the Flower. It seemed reasonable to the police commissioner that a man who had shot down 18,991 trucks might have 500 pea shooters hidden away somewhere. In addition, the police commissioner was not anxious to find a widespread conspiracy, as that would make him look like a big dope all over again, and also would be a lot of trouble. Unfortunately, the P-TAC squad had found in Maxi's shop not only the ammunition Frank the Flower said belonged to him, but Maxi's big map with the red and gold P pins in it. The police commissioner had to admit that the map and certain notes that Maxi had made in the margins of the map did look suspicious. The notes, Maxi's list of ace shots, read, "Harry the Hot Dog, 230. Eddie Maroney, 175. Morris the Florist, 175. General Anna, 160, by hand." The police commissioner could not make any sense out of the notes, but he guessed that they were a code that might explain the map. After studying the map for some time, he asked that Maxi Hammerman be brought to his office for questioning. We're going to read a little bit more into Chapter 13, The Questioning of Maxi Hammerman. The police commissioner questioned Maxi Hammerman in some detail. Maxi was very cooperative and did not refuse to answer any questions. The conversation, as recorded in the files of the New York City Police Department, went as follows. Police Commissioner: "Frank the Flower says he is a friend of yours. Maxi: Why not? I got friends all over. As Pushcart King, I know everybody in the Pushcart line." Police Commissioner: "Why do they call you the Pushcart King?" Maxi: "It's an honorary title. My father was Pushcart King and I took over his business. My grandfather was also Pushcart King." Frank the Flower says you've been storing a few items for him in your cellar. Why not? I like to do a favor for a friend if I can. Would you say that Frank the Flower is a crackpot? Why should I call a friend names? He has enough troubles. I have here what appears to be a map of the city of New York. Is it against the law to have a map of the city of New York? No, but I would like to know why you have such a map in your shop. Business reasons. It's kind of a business chart. As Pushcart King, I have to keep track of how business in the Pushcart line is going. They are not P-TACs. I've never seen a P-TAC in my life. These are P-pins in my map. Never mind what you call them. They are exactly like the P-TACs we've been finding in the truck tires and exactly like the P-TACs you've been storing in your cellar for Frank the Flower. No, they are not. If you'll examine them carefully, you will see that they are red or once in a great while gold. Those you have found in the truck tires were white. At least that is what I read in the newspapers. Red, gold, or white, what are they doing in that map? You have heard of red letter days? Well, in my business, I like to speak of red pin days. It's the same idea. When a pushcart does a good business, I put a red pin in the map where the business was good. If business is terrific, I put it in a gold P pin. In this way, I know where in the city there has been the most activity. It is curious that the most activity on your map is in the same locations where the trucks have had the most flat tires. It stands to reason. When trucks break down, the traffic stops, so people cannot get to the stores uptown or downtown. When that happens, they buy from the pushcart closest at hand. Wherever there are flat tires, the pushcart does a good business. What does it mean at the bottom of the map where you've written in the margin, Harry the Hot Dog 230? I'm often writing notes to myself. That could be a note to remind me that I promised Harry the Hot Dog that his cart, which he has perhaps left for repairs, will maybe be finished at 2:30, that is to say at 2:30 p.m. And Eddie Maroney, 175? Maybe 175 p.m. is when Eddie Maroney's cart will be fixed? Certainly not. There's no such time as 175 p.m., as you should know. So 175 is more likely to be a note to remind me, not that I have told Eddie Maroney that for $1.75 I will put 2 new wheel spokes in his cart. And General Anna, 160, by hand? What does that mean? By hand is a peculiarity of General Anna. The note could be to remind me that I must fix Anna's cart by hand. Anna does not want any electric tools used on her cart. The cart was made in the first place by my father 42 years ago when Anna insists only hand tools, such as the cart was built with in the first place. I can use a hammer, a saw, a screwdriver, as long as it is a hand tool. That is okay by me. I like working with my hands. The police commissioner reported to Mayor Cudd that he had thoroughly questioned Maxi Hammerman and that he could find no reason to keep him under arrest. And that brings us to the end of our reading today. We'll start on chapter 14 next time. We've been reading The Pushcart King by Jean Merrill, and we're more than halfway through. See you soon. Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye. Bye.